What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Logisticalstyles coming at you with another video, and today we are in the warehouse or the storage area, and what I'm going to do is do some maintenance on one of my uplights. I've got this right here. This is a Rockville Rockwedge uplight. I've had it for several years now and it's worked pretty great up until recently. The battery seems to have died on it. And I know this because when I plug it in and charge it overnight, even though the battery status says it's completely full, when I unplug it and try to turn it on, nothing happens. Nothing happens at all. But if I plug it in to the wall and then plug it into here, it works perfectly fine. So after doing a little bit of research and seeing some posts on the DJ Help Desk Facebook page, I realized that you could actually order replacement batteries directly from Rockville. I also was told that you can order them from Both Lighting because Both Lighting is the actual manufacturer for the Rockville lights. So I decided to go with Rockville because that's where I've been purchasing a lot of stuff from, and I kind of want to keep it um, all on my Rockville account. So I ordered these from their website and I paid $26 and they got shipped to me probably in about 3 days. They came UPS, came really quickly, and it looked like a really simple uh, job to replace it. So what I decided to do was just make a quick video about it to show y'all if y'all are interested in it. And I'm pretty sure the process is the same for the other Rockville lights, like the Best Par 50, which I also own. But I have a bunch of these Rockville Rockwedges, and I really do like them. They're very convenient, very handy to have around. It's just that when the battery dies, then you have to rely on the power cable. And when you're relying on a power cable, you have to really, you're at the mercy of where the outlets are in the room. So I got tired of that. So I finally ordered it, got the part, it came and I'm going to do the quick removal of the old battery and replace it with the new one. Hopefully this is a pretty straightforward and easy process. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it and get this battery replaced. All right, we should be able to do this in one take. It should be really easy to get this set up or disassembled and swapped out. So let's open up the battery itself. What was shipped to me, the battery looks like this. It's already got the wiring in it. So there's one little connector that you just connect to it on the inside. And then they also give you another connector. I guess this is in case the battery is or the light is more damaged than expected. But what we'll do is start off by removing the bottom panel. Now you'll notice I have a DMX address on the bottom. I do this with all my lights, especially for a specific light controller that I use. I want to make sure that I easily know what channel everything should be on. And that's one thing I do with my lights. I label them like that. I also number them so I know what light is having problems. In this case, it was light number 6, and it was very easy for me to pull this light out and make sure I have the right one. So the first thing you got to do is use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the rubber feet. Now the rubber feet are not what holds the light or the base plate in place, but they do cover up another set of Phillips head screws. So you have to remove them. If they were placed differently, you wouldn't have to remove them because they just screw into the base plate, but they also, in this case, happen to cover up these other Phillips head screws. So they're going to remove basically 6 screws here on the outside. Now that those screws are removed, this piece right here comes off pretty easily. And on this base plate is the other battery. Now, there is a connector in here. You can just push down. Whoops. So there's a little tab. You push down on the tab, and that allows you to remove the connector. So the tab looks like, in fact, this cable right here is basically this. So they give you a replacement for this in case you somehow damage what's in here. I don't see how you can do that, but it's there. But there's a clip that you just push down, and that allows the connector to snap into place and lock in. So I'm going to put this to the side for now because I don't believe that I'll be using that. If you wanted to see what the inside of the light looks like, there's a circuit board here, which has a ribbon cable that goes to a circuit board here. So this circuit board here is connected to the LCD screen, the lights that show the battery power, and your control buttons. This other, well, actually, there's two circuit boards, and then on the other side is the ports for the power. They're just connected and hot glued into place. There's hot glue that holds them into place. But this other circuit board is the on-off switch and the button that you use to choose your wireless DMX channel. All we need to do is remove this old battery. And to remove this old battery, it's held into place on this plate. There's a metal piece that holds it, in place like there, and there's a piece that holds the top down to keep it from moving around. So there's another pair of Phillips head screws that you have to remove. Now that those screws are removed, you can pull this top plate off. That frees up the old battery, and you can put the new battery in. And I'm keeping it in the same orientation as the one that I took out. I'm not sure if it makes a big difference, but it probably is. They probably put it in the easiest way to manipulate that cable, so I'm just going to replicate what they do. And now I just have to screw these back in. So far I've only unscrewed 3 for the feet, 3 for the base plate, and these 2. So 8 screws. Okay, so I've got it back in place just like the other one. I'm going to take this connector, and the way this connector is set up, it's got little notches on it, so there's only one way you can actually connect it to the light, or to the connector on the inside, so you can't mess this up. It's really foolproof. So I've got it plugged in. Just going to put it back in here. And what I'm going to do is put these 3 base screws in first before and then test it before I put the feet on, just in case something is not correct. In fact, I'm just going to do one. I'm just going to screw in this one right here. Hopefully this battery has at least enough of a decent charge that it will. Come on. And I didn't screw it in right. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, so I did the wrong thing. I put the base retaining screw where the foot would screw in. So let me back that out. Back that thing up. Then screw it in here. And you'll know the difference because this is screwing in so much easier than that other one when I was screwing it in the wrong hole, and it holds in place. So let's see. Ooh, there's no power. So maybe this battery is completely depleted. I'm thinking maybe they shipped it, and that could be a thing, because when you shouldn't ship batteries with a charge in them, because things happen and fires can happen on a plane. So what I'm gonna do is put it on a charger, let it get some kind of juice, and then we will test it to see if this battery replacement was what this light needed. So let me screw it in. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to put the feet on because I feel confident that once this gets put on the charger, get some juice into it, it will work just fine. One thing I did read while I was researching about this is the fact that you can actually build these batteries. There are people that build these. These are like a bunch of AA batteries or AA sized batteries uh, connected in like series, or I believe that's the technical term for it, but they're connected, daisy chained together to give that extra juice to go to this, and they're rechargeable, obviously. But you can actually build these. You can go to like Batteries Plus, and they will create this for you. But what I'm going to do, like I said before, let's go ahead and put this on the charger and see how things work. Hopefully this will have the problem solved, but we'll soon find out. All right, so I've gone ahead and put it on the charger. I'm going to let it charge. I'm a little bit concerned because when I put it on the charger, the lights that show the battery life did not come on at all. They're not doing anything. But while it's on the charger and I hit that power switch and turn it on, the light does come on. So let's see how this works. I'm not sure. Hopefully this battery is good, and maybe it's something that I might need to use this cable. If that's the case, that's going to be a little uncharted territory for me because I'm going to have to take the light apart a little bit more and see if this needs to be replaced. I sincerely doubt that it does need to be replaced because it's just in there. It's soldered to the board. It sits there and it connects to the battery. Unless maybe there was a battery malfunction that caused this to heat up and break the solder connection to the board. I'm not really sure what the problem is, but I'm going to give it an hour or two on the charger. Maybe I'll see lights on. As soon as I see lights on the battery status, I'm going to give it a test to see if it works on battery power. And that will kind of confirm that it was the battery that needed to be replaced. But let's see how this works out. Okay, and here we are. I did it. I did the charging for it, and one mistake I made is I was here looking at this charge indicator. This is only the charge indicator for when the light is actually on. When it's charging, there's a light here that blinks and it goes from red to green once it's fully charged. I charged it and I noticed that the red light was on, so I gave it a test, and sure enough, turn it on. I got lights on the screen. If I circle through, I now have a working battery powered uplight. So it was a lot easier than I thought I was going to have to go in and take apart more parts and change that, use that extra wire. I didn't need that wire. I just had to be patient, let it sit and charge. So as a tip, when you get these things, they're going to be depleted. You got to charge them. And that makes sense because you don't want to fly or have these things in a compartment in the airplane when they're fully charged and have a possibility of catching fire or something. So they come depleted, but you put it in, you let it sit on a charger, and you are good to go. We got lights up front. I'm showing a fully charged battery, and I've only set it on the charger for about an hour and a half. So we are good to go. So this is just something for you to take with you if you use these Rockville Rockwedge uplights. Battery replacement is very easy, very affordable. These lights cost about like $90 each. The battery replacement was $26, so that's a good value in my opinion. And I definitely will replace other batteries if they need to be replaced because I like these lights. I don't see me getting rid of them. I'm going to continue to use them. These are like a big part of my light show for when I go DJ. So I'm very happy with it. I definitely recommend it, and I hope this taught you something. If you didn't know how to replace them, now you do, and you can see how easily it can be done. So I'm going to do more videos like this because it's time for me to do some maintenance on my lighting and my other gear. So as I find little things that need to be replaced, I will put some videos up showing how it's done. So just keep on the lookout for more videos from me. I'm trying to get more back. I'm trying to get back into it a little bit more, be a little bit more active, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, peace.